Okay, so this is part 3 of the lesson, and I got a new video recording program, so hopefully this won't keep cutting me off. And also you can see on our page here, I went ahead and got deleted of all that random text stuff, and I also got rid of our background CSS tag, just so that I can show you in this lesson for fonts. Okay, so anyway, it's saved, there's nothing on here, and it's going to be like when we first started, and just a blank page. Alright? So here's what we're going to do for dealing with your fonts. All right, and this tag works with any kind of font tag, whether it's a header tag, a paragraph tag, etc., etc. So we're going to work with a paragraph tag to begin with, and remember that's just a P. And also within this paragraph tag, in order to change the font, you get enter style equals, and then in quotes, this time we're going to change the color. All right, so you just type in color, and then enter that code for whatever color you prefer. And remember, I showed you a web page where you can find all the colors possible. So you just pick the code that you want your color to be, or you can choose the regular English word if it's just going to be a basic color. So for this case, I'm going to use red. Right, and then we're done with that. So that's it for that tag. All right, and that's going to change our text to red. So then we'll say this is red. Right, and then close the paragraph tag as you normally would. Alright, so we're going to save that and let you take a look. Alright, you can see this is red. Alright, and this tag works exactly the same way if you wanted to use it for a header tag. So you can go H1, remember that's our header, the largest one, style equals, in the color, red, whoops, and we'll say this is red, and then you close your header tag as you normally would. Alright, and that's saved. Okay, then we're going to go over here, hit refresh, and you see our header 1, this is red. Alright, now there's other things that you can change as well. Alright, you can change the entire font, so if you don't like the Times New Roman or the Arial or whatever it is you're using, you can change the font. And you do it the same way. So we're going to start with a paragraph or a header tag. I'm going to use a header tag just because it's larger. Style equals, alright, and this time you're going to put font tag family, then the colon, and then I'm going to change mine to Verdana just because it's a commonly used font. I'm going to say this is Verdana, and then I'm going to close the header tag and then save. Alright, let's go take a look. Alright, and you can see that the text is different, mostly on the T. You see that, I guess this is Times New Roman, I think. You see how the T kind of has the points and Verdana doesn't. And so you can change the text that way. And you can change the text to any text name you want, as long as it's a supported font. Now some browsers or some computers have some fonts, and then some computers have different fonts. So if you're going to change the font, you need to change it to something that's very common. And in all the web pages I've designed, I very rarely ever change the font anyway. But it is a possibility. Alright, and you can also alter the font size. Alright, now the header tag doesn't support the font size because font size is set with the header tag. Alright, obviously the header tags make it bigger or smaller depending on which header you're using. But for the paragraph tag, it does. Okay, so we'll use paragraph, and again, style equals, and then in quotes, font text size, colon. You can set it to whatever you want. So I'm going to set this one to in 300 pixels. Alright, and by the way, when you set the size, it does set it in pixels. Alright, and then just close it like we normally do. This is 300, which is going to be actually pretty large. And then close the paragraph tag. Alright, let's save that. Go back and take a look. Refresh. And you can see this is 300. You can see how large 300 pixels is. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that one because that takes up a lot of space on our web page. Now let's say you want to change the color and the font at the same time for the same text. Right? And you can do that. So let's go, we'll do it with just a paragraph, and then we're going to do style equals, and we're going to say we want it red. So we're going to do color, red, just like we did last time. Now this time, we're actually going to use this like it's CSS, because it actually is a CSS type code. We're going to put a colon, and then we're going to change font family Verdana, and then close the quote. Alright, so this right here within this one quote, we have a color change and a font change. Okay, and then close that paragraph tag, because remember this whole thing is a paragraph tag. And we're going to say this is red and Verdana. Alright, and then close the paragraph tag. And save, and let's go take a look. See, now we have red Verdana. Alright, so that's basically how your basic tags works. That changes the color, the type. Alright, and then there's also ways to Alright, so now there's different HTML tags that will alter text. Alright, and these are key. So we're going to look at a few, and I'm just going to put them up here. Alright, I is for italics. So I'm going to put italics, and then you close it like any other HTML tag. Alright, and then we have bold, which is just B for bold. And then you close it like any other HTML tag. And then we have, one thing I'm going to put in here is just a line break after each of these, so they're all on a different line when I show you them on the web page. Okay, and then we have SUB for subscript. Alright, that's like the smaller numbers that go at the bottom of letters. So I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to be, we're going to say this is a subscript, and then I'm going to put in SUB, and the number 2, and then close SUB. Alright, and what this is going to do is this is going to show up normally. This is a subscript. But this 2 is going to be subscripted at the end. Alright, and if you wanted to write anything else in here, you can put anything subscripted you want. Okay, and then there's also superscript. Oh, let's do another line break here. And we're going to say this is a superscript, and this is just SUP to close SUP, and then another line break. And then you can do inserted. Alright, and this makes it look like, especially if you're trying to edit a document online and you're trying to show someone where you would change things and you want to do this on a web page, or whatever reason, this is supposed to be like inserted text. Okay, and you just INS, and this is inserted, close INS, and then we'll do another line break. Okay, and then this is called deleted text, and it's actually just going to be like a strike through. It looks like you scratched something out. I'm going to say this is deleted, and then close the tag as you would most any other. Alright, so let's save that. You can see it. Look at the examples. Okay, so you can see the italics here. You can see the bold. You can see the subscript where the 2's kind of drop down a little bit. You can see the superscript where it's chopped up a little bit. This inserted is basically underlined, and this is deleted, has been scratched through. Alright, so that's basic text and things that you can do to change them really quick. Now you can also add these tags, more than one tag to a particular text. And then there's a specific way that you have to do this, and it's called nesting. Okay, so whatever tag you put here, so we're going to say we want something bold and italics. Alright, so you're going to do each tag right beside each other. So I have a bold tag and an italics tag. And then I'm going to say this is bold and italics. Now, nesting tags means that you close them basically in an opposite order as if you opened them. Alright, so you're kind of making a sandwich with them. So I have an I here, right, and then no other tag. So I need to close I first. Alright, and then I have a B here for the bold, and then I close B. Alright, because since B is on the outside here, B has to be on the outside here. I is on the outside, or inside here, so it needs to be on the inside here. Alright, so we'll take a look at that. I forgot to do a line space here, but anyway, you can see that this is bold and italics. Okay? Now let's say we wanted to add multiple tags, more than just 2. So we're going to do bold, we're going to do italics, and we're going to do the strike through, which is the delete tag. Alright, I have 3 tags here. And I'm going to say this is bold, italics, and deleted. Alright, in order to close these, you close them again in the opposite order because they have to be nested. Alright, so which one am I going to close first? It will be the deleted because it's on the inside. Okay, so we're going to close the deleted. And then we go work our way back out. So then we're going to close the I next, which is for italics. And then lastly, we're going to close the bold. Alright, so we have them kind of sandwiched in. The inside's touching the inside, the middle, then the outside, and the outside. Alright, so you can put as many text tags as you want on one particular text, but the tags have to be nested. So they have to be in almost a mirror image of each other. Okay, that's very key. And this, in fact, is a part of the XHTML. So if you saw my question and answer video, they were asking about the difference between HTML and XHTML. XHTML requires that you nest your tags, which is what I've been talking about. Regular HTML, it doesn't matter what order you open them or what order you close them, as long as they were open and closed. But in XHTML, which is going to be pretty strict here soon and going to be the new standard, they have to be nested. So you sandwich them together, the mirror image. Alright, so we'll save this and take a look. Alright, so there we go. This is bold, italics, and deleted. Okay? So this is your basic fonts. And if you have any questions about this, you can go ahead and let me know. And our next lesson, we're going to actually start getting into building a web page.